apparently. Yeah. Yeah.
We're Vdelli. We'll be at the Collects in Kempton this Saturday.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Hey man, there's no wrong notes in jazz.
There's no time.
Where's time?
You just hit my mouse.
What?
Now what?
Hang on, wait,
You just hit the mouse.
Wait,
I
wait.
can't hear anything. What is it? Hey everybody. I'm sorry, Lum Lum, but you threw a keyboard at the mouse.
Oh.
And you had to have your cardigan
It's
on.
cold. G'day, everybody. I'm here.
Jesus, is that clipping? Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Did you seriously do all that for that?
Yeah, because you've got the aircon on and
Okay,
it's
well,
cold.
you know what? Yeah, they've got these things now.
Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ian.
So-
I'm Mad. Leroy.
Hi, everyone.
Chris.
I just need to ascertain.
Leroy.
Did you really get up to get that?
Yes. Well, you had like 14 degrees on the aircon. So
There's a button.
okay.
Hey,
Anyway,
yeah,
everybody.
so-
Welcome to
You go. You
the
lead.
Vdelli podcast, season 3, episode 16.
All right. So
Can you believe it? Well, the last few weeks, I'm surprised we're on air today.
what's
but anyway.
happened? All right. I'll talk about that.
No,
So
g'day, Whitey.
G'day, Whitey's there. Oh, we get everybody. Oh, the old gang.
What a great crew we got
The
on
mic's
already.
blown out now. Eric's there.
Eric.
No, hang on. We'll just.
for God's sake, Eric.
We'll just back it off. a
G'day,
little bit.
Rach.
Hopefully it's all good.
Julie. Hi,
Hey,
guys.
Julie, how you going up there? Is the dog big now?
I'm not, hey, I just want to go back to Eric. I'm not apologising anymore, Eric. I've apologised my whole life for being loud, and we go through this every week. I'm just going to be loud. So turn your bloody thing down.
Oh, all
No,
right.
Eric, turn it down.
When you stomp, it moves the camera. It makes us look like we're in, I don't know, Chernobyl or wherever it's.
Hi,
from.
Georgie.
Hey, Georgie.
Evil Killbot. G'day, Evil.
Oh,
Who's Evil?
that was
Welcome.
you when you were a fembot the other
No,
week.
Evil Killbot. G'day, Evil.
Oh.
You're new to the chat. Welcome.
Someone undercover.
Yeah, well, of course, I would be undercover. Wouldn't you be undercover? I'd be undercover.
You are. You got that thing on. So it's
Thanks,
all happening.
Rach.
It's all happening. Everything's happening. Massive sea change over here. And the last few weeks have been out of control because, and it's not an excuse, but it's a reason, that first time in my life I've been busy in the sense of I've always been busy, but actually busy, which means getting up, doing stuff, and every day.
So he's had to work.
Well, I've had to work before 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Just saying.
See, I'm a night guy.
Just
And all of a
saying.
sudden, working from 9 in the morning till 2 in the morning every day, when I want to
It's
drink,
all right,
I want
Dad.
to drink. So
It's all right.
then
I
I
think
think,
you
I've had a few blowouts. That's all right.
That's okay.
But
We all have
tonight's I
blowouts.
do. I mean, I'm just saying, you know. So,
Vodka, lime and soda.
well, it's funny that you mentioned that. So I've stopped drinking Coca-Cola.
Go you. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
Hey, g'day, Matt.
Oh, there's Matt Kenny.
Matt West, if
West,
you're watching.
I'm 3 weeks in, Matt.
And I will contest, and Steffi will too. He's
The-
been amazing.
I have. No, 3 weeks in. I'm that busy, Leroy. No, I've been He's waiting his time.
Oh, Eric, just...
Actually, why don't you give Eric a call and he can explain it to you. But, actually, we'll get to Eric in a minute. So, we had, Miguel was going to come on, a friend of ours who has been, well, he's just had 1 million streams on Spotify, and he's a good guitar, very good guitar player, and knows the music industry well, knows how the digital realm, functions,
great friend of ours.
algorithms and all that. And so what he's done, I think I'm going to explain this correctly, but along the lines of, he has written music with a friend of his, and they write music for pets, so they do music for dogs and cats. And so people who have a dog, like it might be a lady living in Florida who has a French dog, and his name's Cujo. And so he says, I'll write a song for Cujo. So that song's called Cujo. And then he's got thousands of people and he's written all these songs, and each person, their dog's name is the name of the song. And so the vibe is that he's got these playlists, and which might have, 20 or 50, whatever songs that they've written. They've written a lot of songs. And so when people go to work or when they go out, what they do is they put their his playlist on and put it on repeat. And so the dog's there, and the dog chills out listening to this music, and his songs continuously get played by thousands of people all around the world, winning, right? Very smart guy. And not only that, it's great music. It's not to say, oh, yeah, it's actually really,
Yeah,
really
it's very cool.
very
Well,
chill.
I've listened to a few of them.
And
They're
the
really cool.
interesting part, which sort of ties into
Don't
it.
go in too much because they're coming next week. He's coming
Yeah,
next week.
well, I was about to finish.
sorry.
But that's okay.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, it's your turn to cut me off. That's all right. I'll be cut off.
I've
all
had a
night.
few
Yeah,
weeks.
you got 3 weeks worth of cut-offs. But the interesting part was ties into what I've been doing the last, well, that's just hit home recently, is his music is recorded at 432 hertz, and I'm going to explain what all that means
Yeah.
in a minute. But it's interesting the success that he's having.
Yeah.
Because it's a resonance thing, it's an earth frequency. Da, 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 da. So, having said that,
Mwah to Miguel and Tina and Viv.
Viv,
Hope you're okay,
yeah,
doing well, and look forward to seeing you hopefully next week, but shortly. Julie's dog's name's Willow.
Willow.
And Eric, I'm just going to breathe through your comments because, look, I probably should take some of it on board because I know you love me and I know you're just trying to help, but I can't...
Lead a horse to water.
Well, that's right.
Can't make
like,
it think.
really? I'm just loud. And I know that.
What are you trying to say? Is
Eric
if you
said it's called mic technique.
it's
I'm
like, if I reduce the volume here, Rachel's son's name, Willow. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't read that, but I can say. But you know what? Is it clipping? Is it still clipping?
No, I can see it here, so I've learned to look
no, we've got
there.
the limiter there.
I've learned to look there.
You bypass the limiter. So, all right. So, where are we going to start with tonight?
Well, I actually, because we've got such an interesting show, and I'm really excited to talk to you. What?
No, what?
I'm really... Thanks, Tina. I love you. Mwah.
Love Tina.
I'm going to just get through... I actually feel like I want to reverse it. I'm just going to quickly get through
You're
the house.
going to be an idiot and
No.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Hey.
Matt.
No, Eric's...
Hi, guys!
Oh.
I didn't
Forget them. What about me?
Hi, Sind.
Oh, Cindy.
Hi.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have such an awesome chat tonight, and Mike's got some really exciting stuff.
Well, I'm excited to hear what people...
Yeah.
What the input.
I'm fucking excited. I haven't swore on there for a while. I just want to get through the housekeeping first. I'm going to reverse it. So I'm just going to talk about...
By the way, that Bert before that, when we left the mic on, that was Simone. I told her, I said, don't you go out.
Michael, we talked about lying earlier.
Lying.
Lying.
Lies.
You just lied.
Yes,
Say
I
that
did.
again.
Yes,
Right.
I did. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I
Okay.
don't lie about important
Right, the
things.
first thing, I'm just going to get through the housekeeping and then we can move on. I've lost my paper.
What paper?
My paper. So just chat about Miguel. Paula, if you're watching, I'm sorry you had a shit day, darling. I was with you all day.
That's why we're here.
Love you.
Make
We're
your day
here
better.
to make you better. Deanne, our beautiful friend and frequent chatter.
Go under the Sphinx. I want to know what's under there.
She's in Egypt. She won't be watching from Egypt, obviously, for time reasons. But Deanne, if you do watch, she's back. Oh man, I hope you're having an amazing time. You deserve this, and go you. So,
Winning.
a little bit gel, a little bit, a lot.
Why are you jealous? You'd be happy for her.
Not jealous in a bad way, jealous in a go you way. Like,
Just happy for her.
yeah. Right. So we're going to talk.
Can I just bring that point up? Look, I mean, I know it was just what people say. I was so jealous. I hate that. Well, I don't hate that. I dislike it immensely. I don't use the word
Hi,
hate anymore.
Chris.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to shit on you.
I said it in a loving way.
I know you did, but to me, I just go.
I would take it off her and I'd go.
No,
like,
but
I'm
it's a language thing. But
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll take that off. I'll take that off.
Yeah, like so
Right.
jealous.
Gig guide. So I'm going. See, I told you I'm doing backwards. Gig guide tomorrow night. Rock Hoppers are at Bar Orient tomorrow night. On Saturday night, Vdelli are at the Gatsby in Manjimup. So all of you
Yeah, Rock Hoppers is on Friday.
I said that just then while you were talking.
I don't
Rock
listen- I
Hoppers
don't listen to
are
you.
at Bar
I'm not going to
Orient.
sweat. It's hot in here.
Well, turn that one on. That's why I put my jumper on.
No, because I don't like it.
What, my jumper?
It's making me hot.
The jumper.
Yeah, that's why I'm sweating, because
it's
you're
soft.
wearing it.
Gatsby and Manjimup. If you guys have the opportunity, oh my God, go to that venue. It's incredible. Go and say
It
hi
is.
to Greg and Joy.
Yeah, Greg and Joy.
Amazing. I can't go this Saturday, but I'm spewing because I love it there. Right, Sunday.
Oh, actually, we're actually been invited.
Oh, yes! I didn't even write that down. I forgot. Tell the gang.
Lucky I was-
Tell
no,
the
it's
gang.
your story.
No, I didn't. It's your story.
I'm
You
getting
told me.
cramped. You tell people.
I didn't even know.
I feel like theomatic Hall with my leg up on a thing. Now you go. Go.
Well, I don't know much about
Oh, okay.
it.
So Greg and Joy are considering having a rock quiz night down there, and Simone and I
Gonna be on the panel.
on the panel.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So look out for that.
You're gonna need a compressor limiter.
Where did you see Matt Taylor 3 years ago, Matt? Anyway.
Well, he probably just saw him.
So,
not at Gatsby's.
watch
but
this space. Rock
Matt
quiz
Kenny. Love
at-
Matt Kenny.
I love Matt.
I hope you're in
Watch-
town, Matt, for tomorrow.
Watch this space. Gatsby's Rock Quiz. Michael and I are going to be on the panel.
If they ask questions we know the answers to, we'll do really
I'm
well.
just going to go, meh. Oh, do you guys watch that? Oh, I hate the compare, that Jim Jeffries guy, but that 1%
I don't
show
watch some of his stand-up
on last night, I got, ask Chris, no bullshit, I'm in the top 1% of
bullshit, mate.
smartest people in
Oh,
Australia.
yeah, Effie.
No
Actually,
bullshit, mate.
if I had to, someone said, you're going to go and do a stand-up right now, I would just stand on stage and go, may you live in interesting times, drop the mic and walk away.
Right, guys, then on Sunday,
Oh,
the ACDC tribute Frio thing.
I would
which-
have liked to have played that.
Yeah, like next year I'll write it down. But
Yeah, we're gonna check that academic level.
Art of Dysfunction are playing at Metro,
yeah, boys
so
band.
go
Boys
and
band.
support the guys if you're around free on Friday. Then, very quickly, we'll do June. Rock Hoppers are playing at Barrow on the 2nd of June. Now, on the 9th of June...
Can I chime in? Rock Hoppers play the first Friday of every month. So just put that in your little calendars there. I'll put it in my little
Oh,
calendar.
hey, Tuna, that's been...
Yay!
Right, so,
Oh, that's cool, Tuna.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Tuna, if you guys can't see, Tuna,
Brett-
it's Bon Salute.
Brett
Quest.
McLean. I think Brett McLean's a singer for that band. I'm pretty sure if he is, he's mega. He's great. He does all the does the Bon
awesome.
Scott stuff. He's
That's
really
mint.
good. Yeah.
Right, so the gig of the year for me, possibly no one else. So on the 9th of
The
June,
Beatles are reforming, but
Rock Hoppers, supported by True Grit, which is me and my boys. We're playing at the Rosie
we are right.
on the 9th of
I know,
June.
that's mad.
Tickets are available via OzTix right now, so please come and support me.
You come and
Please come and see me.
yeah, look, if you're not doing anything that weekend, it'll be a good night because it's going to be
It's going to be fun. So 2 rock and roll cover
classic
bands.
rock bands,
You
and
gotta have a fat
it's going to
night.
be a good night. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'm really excited about it.
Who knew?
I'm excited. Like, we're playing at the Rosie.
You're like Big Kev.
I have to find my outfit. I'm going to have to do... I'm going to Nikki's in the afternoon to do my hair.
And then what are you going to do? Like just walk around carefully
In my
until
hair.
you go on stage?
Yeah.
Or,
So OzTix, or via the Rosemount, whatever, get your tickets. Come and see us.
yeah, if you get them in advance, it's good because Simone will stress less.
Yeah, there's actually it's no cheaper. How's this just
Oh, yeah.
intimately to our podcast?
Okay. How much do you get reamed off a ticket?
So I advertise as $20 pre-sale or $25 on the door, thinking, Donna
That
Riley.
sounds normal.
Wait a minute. Everyone's ringing on. I've gone to buy tickets and it says $20 plus $5 booking fee. So I'm
Plus
really...
out of that, you have to pay the venue buys at
look,
$2.50.
that's not
So
the
$7.50
venue's fault.
No,
That's
no.
an OzTix.
No, but hang on.
Well,
Out of a
that's just life.
$20 ticket, people pay $25, and the band gets $17.50.
Anyway, it doesn't
Whatever,
matter. It
that's
doesn't
how it
matter
is
about that,
now,
but I
but
do apologise.
that's rock and
Look,
roll.
the benefit of buying your tickets pre-sale is that you're guaranteed to get a spot.
Yeah, because, you know,
You might not.
you know,
It's a 500
seater, you know, like,
But seriously, guys,
take a chance.
I'm very
No,
excited.
I reckon we'll get a couple of hundred there.
I'm really nervous because I'm doing lead vocals on a few songs.
Did you know that, Steve?
Thank me. Guy, to answer that question, no, we are.
Each venue,
It's
no, that's attached to the
venue,
Rosie.
yeah.
Like, we normally use sticky tickets,
Yeah.
which are quite a bit less, I think, aren't they? Or,
Well, they all
get you.
well,
They all get you.
But it's my first gig where I'm singing lead vocals. So the other gigs I did were just BBs. So I'm very excited. So please come and support me. Don't forget Rock Hoppers and the rest.
Door, Georgie. But it's good for the band to know how many tickets they've sold before. But at the end of the day, if you buy them at the door, it's meant to be cheaper to buy them online, but it doesn't work out that way.
Whose drink's empty?
Mine.
Anyway, so that's
Leroy.
That's the 9th of June. So jump on board. 10th of June, Vdelli are playing at the Duke, which we love that venue. So
Actually, it was really good the other night.
Yeah, I heard. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
No,
but
it was good. Well, what's happened is it's filtered. So people that's not their venue, they don't go there.
Yeah,
And the
so-
people that like that venue, they go there. So we've kind of found a
niche.
mix. And now I'm going to look. Yeah, we've actually. Vdelli's playing really, really well at the moment.
You are. You are playing amazing.
I mean, I wouldn't normally say that, but I think the fact that we don't play often and we're all doing other things and stuff, like I can, just for myself, I just love playing with those guys and just going, whoa, let's go.
Like Dad said about the Charles the other week, like for Dad's, bless you, Dad, but you're pretty hard to get a compliment
tough
out.
crowd.
Yeah, he's a
well,
tough
I was
crowd.
47, I think, before Dad said, "Oh, you played all right tonight."
And
But,
Dad even said at the Charles, he was like you were amazing at the Charles, and I'm sorry I didn't see you at the Duke, but
it
obviously.
was a totally different gig,
Yeah, I love
but
that,
for
though.
different reasons, equally as well, from our point of view, like we really played, we're really playing, like we're.
I think you're all getting better as you get older. Like, I hate the fact that we have to get old to be good, but
if you didn't get better as you got older, you kill yourself when you're like 27. You're meant
that's
to.
a 2 for 1.
You're meant to get better as you're older.
Yeah.
The fact
In
that
life,
you're probably not prettier as you get older, or
I
maybe in
don't
a
know.
different kind of way.
I don't know. I think I've got better.
Yeah, I mean, musicians, artists, writers, like artisans, don't get worse as they get older.
No, God,
It's
no.
just-
How could you?
Well, it's insane.
You're doing something.
But what you're not is, anyway, everybody
yes,
that's
like
watching
a good
this
wine
knows.
guy. Absolutely.
Well,
right.
I mean, what do you do? Well, unless you get Alzheimer's or something, which can happen.
To our family can.
Just the nuance comes like when you get the confidence to leave space, and there's just things that don't come until you've been playing for
I don't
25,
find
30
that
years.
so. I don't know about you, but I find that so exciting in the sense that I actually, at 49,
You don't look a day over 49.
I actually like myself the most I've ever liked myself.
You're less moronic.
I'm the happiest I've been in terms of me, and I know that is
I mean-
true for a lot of my
Well-
friends and family.
Well, yeah.
And I've like 20 kilos heavier than I was when I was 20.
More
but,
love, baby.
well, actually, I'm really loving being older, and I'm not frightened.
you wouldn't be 20 for 2 years.
No way! I'm excited. I've been brave enough to have my own business. I've been brave enough to sing in a
Hang on, I've got a
band.
trumpet at the back
No,
there.
I'm just saying, and I know that a lot of our friends our age feel the same way. Like,
Well-
we've got to this age and you're going, thank God,
What happens though?
thank God we're this age, really.
But yeah, it is.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I do, but for different reasons. Because when you're like in your late teens, early 20s, say going towards your 30s, as a man, I hate people that. No, I don't hate people. I despise. I dislike immensely people that start sentences with as a ... But when you're in a band, you're a guy, and you're in your 20s, there's a certain amount of grunt and aggro,
Ego.
and not ego, just grunt. You've got
Rock and roll.
testosterone. It's rock and roll,
Rock and roll.
right? And you that that transforms into maturity, poise.
So which would you prefer now, being a 20-year-old rock and roller or a 50-year-old rock and roller? Think about that answer to that.
Well, there is no answer because the journey is the thing. So knowing what it's like to be 20 and playing in a great band and playing with a full.
But you're 50 playing in a great band.
Yeah, but it's
playing a full
different. Yeah, but
length.
now I like hearing guys like Michael play and, Art of Dysfunction because I get a kick out of it and I know where they're at. And
no, but I'm talking about you.
I like me where I'm happy right now. But there's.
As 50-year-old Michael, your person, are you...
Hey, if the time comes where if I have to pour petrol on myself and set myself on fire, I can still do it. But I'm not going to do it every night of the week like I used to. Doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means that I'm more measured and so I can play rock and roll. I haven't died.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, my point is that young blokes, all they've got is
energy.
Boom, bam, and that's awesome. And I love watching
Michael Mena play.
If I have to, all right, but. As one progresses through musical life, you go, oh, maybe I don't have to actually have blood spurting at my face off my fingers to get the same effect. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't change a thing. But there's nothing like when you think of Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and AC/DC, all those bands that wrote those songs when they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
Right,
we talk about that.
They wouldn't have written them in their 50s.
No.
Right, so there's
the kids of today as well. So that's a whole other conversation.
Thing that that's that's the point I'm trying to make.
Believe me or not, I made sense of that. Right now on the 30th of June.
Oh, man, the hits. The hits. Okay, we're coming up to that.
Yeah, we're getting there. I needed to get through match. I need to get through housekeeping so we can spend the rest of the podcast talking about it. But housekeeping took a bit longer. 30th of June. Rock Hoppers and
June. What month are we in? April.
Yeah, May. But we've so 30th of June. Rock Hoppers and True Grit. Again, my bad.
I know,
at the Sterling Arms. So if you can't get to the gig at the Rosie, get to the gig at the Sterling Arms. I'm just about to release the ticket link for that, so make sure you do that. And on that gig, actually, our beautiful Ian Kenny Koala
I'm not going to call him Kenny Koala.
Ian Bilston, one of Michael's beautiful students.
He's my friend, and he's awesome.
Who was part of the first guitar spot. He's actually playing guitar for True Grit on that night, so I'm very excited for that. Make sure you get to that gig. And one last thing, the Guitar Spa, the Winter Retreat.
Sold out.
So
good. Thanks everyone. Can't wait.
It's going to be amazing. If you did miss out, please email us at admin@vdelli.com.au and we'll put you on the shortlist for the
for next time. Yeah, we'll give you early bird. Because actually, I think more than half the people that are on this one were on the early bird one from the last one. So... Yeah, because the other thing is that
we want to keep it intimate. We want to
and also the longer I've got to read and suss out who does whatever, then I have to put a little bit of thought, believe it or not, into how to put the groups together. I think I nailed it last time.
Yep, you did. You did really well.
But I think that was an important part of it.
And I can't remember if we told you last week because it was a bit mental, but if we didn't, I'm just going to repeat it, so sorry. But we did get Guitar Spa legally trademarked, so that's pretty exciting.
We own that.
So we own that.
We had to go to Melbourne, drink
we had to go to Melbourne, have a meeting and get drunk. But we now own, we've trademarked Guitar Spa, everything to do with Guitar Spa legally, we own that. So... Go us, that's very exciting. So
there's an ad coming on. I'm skipping it. Skip it.
So thank you to everybody who has been supporting us to get to this space, really.
Rachel wants to know.
Rachel, when's my gift?
Rachel, you have to listen to when Simone's raving.
9th of June at the Rosie and the 30th of June at the Sterling Arms. Rach, True Grit, my band, it's not my band, my boys' band I sing. Right, so that's all the housekeeping. Thank you for, I won't talk about merch tonight because we want to get to the good shit. Let's go, Michael. So, over to
all right. So, now let me get back to being. So, as a young kid, when I was
Yes, Georgie.
14 or 15 years old, what we used to do, believe it or not, so I was talking to someone, I think it was Pete McCallum, actually, who sent the video that I put the link to there. He said, how do these kids get so good so quick? Like, you got an 11-year-old playing Van Halen, Eruption, and all that stuff. I said, well, they've got YouTube, right? So you go on YouTube and you go, I want to learn this song, and there's a guy showing you, you know, step by step how to learn these songs. When I started, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it was last century and before it. We had a cassette. You'd get a cassette. You'd tape a song off a radio if you didn't have it on album, and then you'd have to put it on a cassette because the
Did
record.
you do that?
That's when you're dubbing.
Oh.
But you have to have remember the ones in the high-speed dubbing?
Yeah, I do.
I think I told you
Dad
that.
bought me an Akai for Christmas.
You're a lucky dog. Anyway, so what used to happen when you're learning a song, you either tape it off your record, put it on a cassette, or you tape it off the radio, and then you would go bit by bit and write the words down what you think the guy was saying with the whole band. What is he saying? No, he's not saying that. And the band might break up right there on an argument over what word he's saying. But then you had to work out what the chords were, and some bands were easy to work out, and other bands kind of weren't. And I thought that, oh, maybe my tape player's not playing at the right speed, and so I'd adjust my guitar to try to learn the songs, and I didn't think much of it. And then when I started learning Jimi Hendrix songs, it was the first time I heard of the 4/3/2 hertz. So what does that mean? So what that means is that many years ago, they reckon, okay, let's assume that the history of our planet, as they say, is correct. I'm not sure it is. Everything's on the table for me. But let's say music went back 35,000 years, and the first music was maybe someone whistling, someone picking up a leaf and doing a skippy, or you know, drum. You know, maybe not drum. Talking about melodies here. People singing together. Then stringed instruments came, you know, with these gut of, you know, cat gut or whatever, and strings and stuff. And most cultures tuned to the Earth frequency, which was 432 hertz for A. So that's A, that note, which is the second fattest one on a guitar. Now that would be at 432 hertz. And a lot of classical music like Bach and Tchaikovsky, or all of the great composers, because there was no standard. You might go to one church in a cathedral and there'd be a pipe organ, and that might be slightly different to the next town or whatever. There's no kind of standard, but that it might have been 432, it might have been 435, I don't know, you know, depending on who was tuning it. But the natural resonance that goes in our body and in water and resonates with the earth is 432 hertz. And I think that's a fact.
Yeah, from what I've read, it's a fact.
Yeah. So it's fact. So
is that the base frequency? Rach wants to know.
No, it's the note of A of the note A. So what it is on a piano, if you hit, like, I think it's middle A.
I'll play. Let me play.
I suppose with a keyboard, just handy. But so what? Yeah, but go down an octave. Right, so that's 440, right? Right. So what happens when music and frequencies are played on the earth frequency of 432? The body reacts a certain way, so it helps its immune system, it helps flow, it stresses people. So for example, there's a test that a study that was done on people that listen to music at 440 and people that listen to it at 432, and they found that people that listen at 440 had a much higher instance of anxiety and stress than people listen to it for. I mean, the science is there if you want to look it up. It doesn't mean that 432 is the only one. There are other frequencies and stuff that people work to and whatever, but the Earth frequency is 4.
What's 420?
Well, 420 is lower.
Evil Knievel, no judgment, but living in the real world kind of sucks. Whatever gets you through. Well,
that's all right, mate.
that's
You can switch off. I'm going to
Absolutely.
explain it to you, and you can think whatever you like.
I'm so interested in this because
so
from
what happened, and I'll demonstrate it to you too. It's actually, this show's for people like you, because I think most
420's a stoner thing.
I think most, but so what happened was as music or classical music and most folk music and tuned by ear music was naturally in 432. Then what happened is the Italians with their opera decided to make a standard and made it 440. And what 440 has done, I mean, this kind of does sound a bit mad, but what it does is it's slightly unsettling. And apparently on mass populations, the constant bombardment of 440
So why did they create that
to make it easier for people to go against their inner knowing because their chassis bent.
So it was a conscious thing to do that.
Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Right.
Right, like
so they knew about that all the way back.
Yeah, so the thing was when people can just sit there and zone on frequencies and their bodies they're in sync, what they want to do was
So when you say that I was playing then,
yeah,
and that's a 440,
yeah,
and you play on your guitar.
Well, this is a 442, but I'm gonna show you the difference. So
that's I guess.
So I've been messing around with this for a while, and our band we detuned from E to D, which is just further than 432. It's probably like 428 or something like that. But when the penny dropped for me was last night when I changed my guitar to 432, and then I went through all the bands that I had struggled learning, and lo and behold, guess who plays in 432? Just a short list. I spent about 40 minutes today just going through my iTunes.
Get to you in a set, Evil.
Okay, who plays in 432? Tommy Emmanuel. Oh, hang on. So the first part of this was so AC/DC and the Alberts, Vander and Young years were always. I always thought that they just got in the studio and just said, "Hey, Mark Evans, just give us an E," and they just tuned up, and they were always flat. And I just thought it was laziness. But then when I realised yesterday, and why I couldn't sleep last night, and I was just walking around the house going, "My fuck, I can't believe I didn't know." Right, was George Young, who was the guitar player in the Easy Beats, is the older brother of Malcolm and Angus. He knew, right? So all the old Akadaka albums, they're all in 432, right? So I'll demonstrate in a minute. But Tommy Emmanuel, Rose Tattoo, AC/DC early stuff, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Gales, Frank Zappa, James Brown, Kev Moe, Keziah Jones, Les Paul, and Queen. All tuned to 432.
All the stuff we love.
Right?
All the stuff we
all tuned, and I'll show you some. I won't go through the whole lot.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and then it was just like, my God, well, better now than never. But I just felt like, but the other thing is I just saw all these, all these years of,
that's cool.
Being kind of traumatized by gigs. Even when we played well and the gig went well and everything, it just wasn't my thing. You know, I was just going, something's not right, something's right. So what I would do is I would numb that out. Yeah. Right? So what I'm looking forward to from now on is actually doing a gig and actually being healed by it rather than being harmed.
So amazing. I'm so interested in this, and it just blows my mind. But you're going to tell me when you tune your guitar to 432,
Hey, evil. I don't know.
I don't know who Evil is.
I don't know. He might be evil, tone deaf, killbot. I don't know, but I'll explain.
So anyway, Mike, if you played your guitar 432,
Right,
and
so
and I played a 440,
no, what I'll do is
we're not going to be in tune.
I'll show you
We're not
someone.
going to be in
So I'll tune
yeah,
the four.
Rach is coming.
No, all right. So this is. I'll just make sure.
Wow.
Make sure I'm in 440.
So it's tuned to 440, everybody. So
Tax mode. All right. Right. So that's perfectly in tune with 440. So say you're a
I
kid.
don't know, how's your E?
It's fine. Say you try to learn Highway to Hell, right? So hopefully you can hear this, right? So I hope you hear that.
Hear that, guys?
Right. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, sounds weird.
Lights out.
So out.
So
That is so out.
So that's out, right?
Wow.
So or
Wow.
I go to play Bad Boy for Love, like right. So. I can't remember how it goes.
But we can hear that it's out.
Right, so it's out, right?
Really out.
Right, so if you give me a moment, I'll tune to
Well,
four.
turn that off, Toonade. What are you doing, mate?
What do you mean?
He said, I can hear it, but I've got jailbreak in the background. Well, turn jailbreak off. We're doing
So
it.
now I'm going to go to 432.
How do you know? Tell me how you
because
know.
I've recalibrated my stage tuner, which is on
Well,
the
what
floor.
are you looking at? Oh, on the floor,
Yeah,
right.
so I've recalibrated.
So that one's going to be out, but that one's going to be
Yeah,
correct.
so I'll just recalibrate the
Right,
432.
guys, so it's got
By the way,
it's
Eric,
got its-
the clip tuner only goes to 435, which is interesting. The floor tuner will go down to 432.
So, guys, he's just so you know, he's got his little guitar tuner on the end of the guitar, but he's got his floor tuner. So
Same brand, which
the
is interesting.
guitar tuner's at 440 and the floor tuner's at 432.
432.
Just so everyone's
Right, so
clear
now I'll
what's
play
going
that.
on. And then play Jesse's girl. Leroy.
Alright, here's the moment of truth. I don't know, maybe I'm going to fuck it all up. So.
No, you're not.
Right.
You just proved your point. Wow.
Right,
So tell me, Mike, how much did you have to turn the
so 8 cents lower.
what's 8 cents?
Well, from 440 to 432.
Yeah, I know that,
So
but physically.
each one's different.
Oh.
I met a guy at Cosmic. Guy goes, "How do I tune my bass?" If you line all the machine heads up, it's kind of that.
Oh, even I'm not that silly. But what about?
Hey, let's go try Bad Boy for Love. Right, so
Wow, that's amazing.
I think I've proven
You
that
cracked
point.
it. So tell me then, for a piano player, right? So for
Right.
example, Dad.
Thought about that today.
Yep.
Because
What do they do?
Because what happens is on digital keyboards, it's a piece of piss. It's like a tuner. You just knock it back. On a Hammond organ, however, so because on the Les Paul album, so Les Paul tunes down, and I thought, how does he do the Hammond? But there is a bias, and he can just bring it down. And the one with Queen, like when you think
Yeah,
of
but what about that? You can't do anything with it.
No, you can. You'll be able to get into it, and it'll have a tuning section.
But you have to have an engine like something.
No, it'll have a number 440, and then you go minus 8 times.
So would Dad know how to do that? Does Dad even know?
That does. I have to turn off for him, but no, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But then when I got to Queen, and that's when I went, because Brian May's guitar is so harmonic.
Yeah.
And it just resonates in a way that you just, even when you learn it, note for note, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And kabow, that's why. So, I've now reset up my guitars and that for 432, and Zane and Lee have both agreed, because the thing is when you detune the strings, they become slightly looser, and so the actions, I mean, we're talking minimal, but we're talking about professional players. It's like, you know, re-ratioing a gearbox in a racing car or something, right?
especially
So
for
you got it,
the boys who play with other bands, and they
yeah,
have
well,
to-
the thing is, what you need is 2 tuners.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're easy to reset, but the other thing that really
it's
hit
cool,
me,
hey Chris.
the other thing that really hit me was, it's just, when I do it now, I can't play it in 440
Yeah.
because like sounds like this
Yeah.
to me. Like now, like it's just. Ooh,
It's,
right?
do you know the word I feel if you were to put it into a personality, it would be humble.
Well,
That's the word that came to mind then.
I'll go. Yeah, it just resonates. So I'm a.
Does changing affect the drummer?
No, okay, so Georgie, the way that a drummer tunes is at a gig he tunes. If you're a real drummer, like say Rick Whittle is, and Leroy at the Orient, which is possibly the hardest room to tune, but you tune your drums to the room. So when you hit
That's how I didn't even know drums could be tuned.
No, well, see, this is a thing that I only realised a few years ago. So when I started like producing or decided I want to produce albums, I listened to all these big hits, for example. For example, listen to Highway to Hell, or listen to Billie Jean, or listen to name it, right? The snare and the bass drum, they're in tune with the song.
Yeah.
So it goes dum 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 dum.
I've totally
Right, it's not
noticed
just
that.
a random note.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
but that's
that makes
different from
sense.
playing live. So when you play live, the drummer
Could
tunes
be Whitey.
the drummer tunes to the room so that there's no overtones and it doesn't make the sound guy's life misery. And it's just why, for example, the best cymbals in the world that you can buy are cymbals that don't have a note. They just go, because if they've got a note, if you play a song that's not in that key, it's going to sound shit. So it's very hard and very expensive to find a cymbal that doesn't have a note. It's like just a splash rather than a. It's just.
Fritz, is he watching this? I had no idea.
So.
Pika, he wants you to play Jesse's Girl,
I
and so
play
does
Jess-
Rach.
Well, hang on. Hang on. I've got to remember to.
Why are you wanting to play Jesse's Girl? Oh. I love that song. Jesse and a friend.
All right. So tuning the drum, but when you're in the studio, Rick kind of went. I said, Rick, you know, you got to tune the snare and the bass drum. You got to tune to the song.
Yeah.
Because just do it next time. Have a listen to, for example, Billie Jean. It's probably the easiest one. So where it's the snare and the bass drum are perfectly in tune with the bass. I mean, that's why it's a hit.
Yeah.
And who produced that?
For
Quincy
sure.
Jones. I mean, what, he doesn't know what he's doing?
I love
No.
Quincy
So
Jones.
that's
Evil, show your face. I want to know who you are. Like, what's your real name?
Tube's evil. Tube's evil. I mean, that's a stupid question, but it's okay. I'll answer it.
No, don't. Let's talk. Let's just then let's move on. Let's move on.
Hey, this is the first time we've had a troll on our place, so we're obviously getting somewhere. Well, thank you. We'd like to thank the fact actually okay. So this brings us on to our next thing.
Oh,
So
what's that?
no, the next thing is this thing that writes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, right. So we can write about evil killbot troll. All right. So we're going to write evil killbot troll blues.
So that is really. I know, Georgie. He does.
That's going to be
We've got
gold.
this really fun thing. Mike was so cute today. Came over. So check this out. And I've got a bad hip. I know I'm getting old. And Mike types into Mike will tell you in a minute. Next minute, we've got a song about Simone and her bad hip.
Yeah. So there's this thing. I mean, it's like
really
it's terrifying.
Funny. Eagle.
It's shit because like this thing writes.
Hang on, tell the guy. Let's
All
go
right. It's a
back.
program that you can say, write me a journal. Like if you're a journalist, write me a story on da da da. Or if you're at university, write my essay on da da da. If you're a songwriter, write.
Yes, Georgie.
And the things, it's not bad. And the thing about it is you're going, I started it like that. Someone that wants to write original prose should, I don't know.
But Chris was interesting.
It's interesting.
Chris was telling us about this afternoon we were having a chat about it, and in his line of work how he uses it and how lots of people in his
it gives them a start, gives them a framework.
Yeah, but he said straight away before we even had to say it, Chris goes, even in the white collar industry, it takes a personal away from it, which we both said that, but it was interesting.
What would blew my mind was actually how good it was. It did a real.
Yeah. We don't even know who you are.
No, it is unreal.
Show your face.
No, it's okay because we've got it. We've got our first
Leroy,
trial.
is that really you, Leroy, tonight? There's no boobs on this show, Leroy.
You know, that little bald guy who was always had his head in the boobs. But, no.
Let's play this game.
No, I mean, imagine if you're actually really famous and you had like 1,000 fuckheads like that guy every night.
Anyway.
But anyway, so we're going to do a song for you, Evil Killbot. We welcome you.
So basically, this
so
program, you write
a
let
song.
me tell the guys. So you write a line, a subject matter in this program. Next minute, it pulls out a full song or a full article or a full uni essay or
2 L's.
No, one.
No, 2 L's.
So yeah, anyway, it's amazing, and it kind of we just went, that's really sad, because whilst it's probably getting our kids through uni and young songwriters,
they won't remember anything. No, it's awful.
It literally takes away, but we also thought it could be a fun exercise to do on the podcast.
Right,
tonight.
so we're going to do a blues song. So I've asked this thing a question. So write a song about an idiot called Killbot in a Delta blues style. Right, so I'm going to press return. Hey, Anthony. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Are we singing it in 12 bar?
But do you want to do it?
Yeah,
all right. So this is.
No, we're both doing it.
No, I'm not. You sing it. I mean,
Why? How can we sing it?
Well, because you go like this.
How can you make it bigger?
Well, like this, I'll make it bigger, right? So, but
we've never. This is a first.
And it's writing it as we speak.
It's quite scary, actually, guys.
Yeah, no, it is.
To the
okay.
point that
I've got a chorus.
As a young 15-year-old who
you started a sentence off with Azza.
I was just telling guys, so when I was 15 and like all of us were quite depressed and we went to poetry as a thing, right? What is this computer program doing? I'm
going to sing the first verse.
Yeah, you do it. You sing the whole lot.
So this computer sing 2 seconds. Well, let me tell you about a man named Killbot, the biggest fool that ever hit the block. He's got a heart of stone and a brain of lead. Ain't got no sense, but have you got some money? But he's got some bread. Killbot, you're the biggest fool in town.
Bring your head in the clouds.
So he's just going on. He walks around with a chip on his shoulder thinking he's king, but he's really a joker. He's got a temper hotter than devil's fire. Ain't no reasoning with him. He's a liar. So just writes about give us the topic.
This is a really fun thing. One of our beautiful hardcore fans type us a subject line.
You type us a subject line. That's unreal.
And we're gonna sing you a song.
Yeah, that's great. He's got no friends and he's got no soul. He's a killjoy, gonna take his toll. He's always wrong, but he thinks he's right. He's a fool, gonna lose the fight. You're killed, but you're the biggest fool in town. Wow, thank you for the material. I'm sorry, someone come up with that.
Someone really fun. One about
like Simone had a sore hip.
Oh yeah, I told the girl. How's my song? While we're waiting for one of you to write us a line.
Simone's got a bad hip.
Now let's sing it. Go.
You sing it.
Oh. Well, I can't because I'm Simone.
I think I'm gonna.
Right, anyway, let's go.
Right, what have we
Let's
got?
go. No, nothing.
Fall in the Rain.
No.
Is it that one? Fall in the Rain. That John Bonham's drums in that are just off tap. There's a
Let's
line
sing
in
this.
your
Wait.
eyes.
Come on, guys. Rage someone. I pushed the lady off the stage.
Oh,
Okay.
yes!
Michael, do that.
What? No, I
Michael-
don't want to do that. I'll get another. But,
No,
so,
Rachel wants you to do. Michael pushed the
oh,
lady
Michael
off
pushed the lady.
stage.
Michael pushed the lady. Write a song.
Write a song about Michael pushing the lady off the stage. Me.
No, the woman.
Was it you, Rach? He didn't say it was you.
No, it was a song called
Michael pushed the lady off the
Michael
stage.
pushed a bimbo off the stage.
All right, Tuna, do you remember that time that you got rid of someone for us last time? Can you do that magic again? 'Cause
In a blue style.
Right, let's go. Let's go. What is it? It's writing it, Rach.
Hang on.
It's
It's
writing it.
writing it.
It's literally writing it.
Oh.
First one. Here we go. Oh, this is so fun. I hate that people do this for life, but for fun on a podcast.
Oh, that was a way. How's
Ready?
this shit? Hang on. Can I do? It's going to be hard to dub
Someone's
this.
listening.
Well, Michael was playing his guitar that night when a bimbo came up on the side of the fight. She danced on the stage, getting in his way. Michael pushed her off
With no delay.
Michael pushed a bimbo off the stage. He didn't want to have to deal with the rain. She deserved what she got. That's just hilarious. That's hilarious. No, but I mean it's not. I mean it's computers,
Okay,
right?
how about-
what do you reckon? Is this
That was
like?
just fun.
Is this a thing or what?
It's just fun. Someone
Yeah,
else.
okay, but hang on. Let's say that we're having fun with it as a joke. But how many bands or lyricists do you think are
Right.
actually going to use it? And if they do,
Georgie, they're busting to hear the story.
about what?
Me robbing a bank.
I'll tell the bank story.
Simone-
Simone drove a getaway car in a
Simone
bank.
drove a getaway car.
Country style. You got to go write a song.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, man.
Yeah, hang on.
Hey, this is pretty good fun.
Yeah, this is great.
So I'm glad you could join us tonight, and I hope you've been, you know, like basically whatever I've been saying is just something I've been experiencing, and also Eric with like tonight's Tone Stoned. I don't know if you know, that's another thing that we'll go into when they're actually the patents have been issued, and it's all part of it too about frequencies and stuff, and Peter McCallum, actually Peter and Eric were the most recent guys.
This is like tripping me out.
Can you not knock that over?
This is tripping me out.
But Richie Pavlidis, I think I mentioned it the last time, a couple of months ago when we brought this up. Richie said, "Man, you got to tune to 430." And while he was telling me that, there was smoke coming out of his bass drum, and I said, "Richie, your bass drum's caught on fire." He goes, "No, man, I've just lit some incense in there to get the bad vibes out, you know." But it has been something that's been floating around for about 30 years, and now I've actually taken the time to recalibrate my tuner and spent a couple of days listening to my instruments. I'm convinced for myself, and I'm not telling anybody else to do that. I would never do that.
Yeah, it does,
but
sure.
but what I am saying is that now my ears are getting tuned into this. When I hear 440, it sounds like a car crash. So do with it what you will. And I think that's kind of my vibes backed up with a lot of these bands that have had massive hits. And you find out they're in 432, particularly music I like Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, like all the soul stuff, all that. It's all in 432. Not all, but a lot of it is.
Chris,
you
you're
know?
probably right, but look, as the people that we are, we would never write a song using this. We're just like showing you guys how.
Well, what it is you just change it. Nothing changes here.
No, Chris is talking about this.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Well,
like
sorry.
Chris Fitzgerald wrote, if you write a song using this method, you get a hit, do they come after you for royalties? Probably. I actually said the same thing to Mike this album when I was showing. I don't know.
I don't know.
But how's this one for the getaway
Well, what
car?
about if you write a book, say, write a 3,000-page novel on the Assyrian, wars when they took over Mesopotamia or whatever, and this thing comes up with a 3,000-page book, like based on
And you publish it and it's a hit, then what?
And all these journalists, I mean, there's only about 7 left on the planet.
Our brother's one.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's Aaron Marsh, there's Glenn Greenwald, there's Max Blumenthal, there's, I can go on. Anyway, there's a few journos left, but you have to really look to find them.
Right, play this.
Most of them are being jailed.
Simone, getaway car, robbed a bank, country style, by the computer.
Oh, here we
Go,
go.
Michael. In 4:32.
Okay.
No,
Who's
you
singing?
singing it. You are.
Oh, Simone, drive the getaway car down the country roads. This is classic. The wind in her hair and a heavy load. She didn't care, she was free at last. So Simone drove that come so fast. They hit the bank and they got
Cash.
That's just out of its mind. I'm trying to read the lyrics and I'm cracking up. But, so what's that called again? G4T something. I can't remember what it is. But it's fun. It's fun.
But the first
as long as
verse,
I think as long as one keeps it in its place for fun.
but do you know what scares
it's
me
okay.
out is how real, like how this what scares me about who's watching and listening and algorithm, because when I do tell you the story, the verse was, well, Simone was a southern girl raised in the pines. Okay, well that's
Raised in the pines.
She met a man named Jimmy who loved to cross the line. Well, his name wasn't Jimmy, whatever. He needed a driver to get a job done. Simone said yes, and they had some fun. That's like how it happened.
If someone says to me, "Hey, do you want to go to the beach?" Yeah, we're just gonna go to the bank and get some money, keep the car running, and we're gonna go in. We'll be.
I was 18, gang. I was 18.
That's so
right.
Go.
So anyway, that was really fun. That was
fun. But when Chris got home, like Simone's hubby, he's working his ring out, and he's doing it unbelievable. He's just like, oh my God, he's doing some hours. And I just punched him. Write a blues song about Chris working too hard. So these lyrics come out. Well, Chris has been working hard day and night, got bags under his eyes, ain't no end in sight. His boss keeps pushing him for more and more. Catch a break.
Can't catch a break.
His back is sore. And the chorus goes, oh, Chris, you gotta slow down. You're working yourself to the bone. Gotta break down. Your health is important. You gotta take care. Oh, Chris,
it's time to repair.
And then I go, 432. So listen to that. To me, that just sounds awesome.
Snuggly. And as a singer.
And hang on, but just quickly, when AC/DC changed from Vanda and Young and went to Mutt Lang and Mike Fraser and the other producers they had, interestingly, they went to 440. And I'm wondering whether did George or Harry Vanda go into the rehearsal room before they started recording and tuned them without them knowing. I don't know, but they can't. They must have.
It's easier to sing it for you too. Right, we're gonna say goodnight, gang. It's been an amazing podcast. It's been nice.
Hey, it's been really good.
Nice to be sober.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Just saying.
No, it's really good. And
so interesting, Mike. Thanks for sharing that with us because it was very cool.
This weekend's the first weekend where the whole band's going to be 4:30. So we're going to experiment.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
at the end of the day, I'm not here to push an agenda. I'm here to make the music sound good. So if we can do something that makes it feel better and makes our audience feel better, I'm not going to be.
I'm all for that. True grit. Are you watching, guys? We're tuning down.
And the other thing is, I didn't really have to change the harmonics. So I don't know if you know what that means, but see these little. Hang on. See these little saddles here. So what the harmonics are is so where the 12th fret, which is here, it's actually the middle of the guitar. It's the middle of the string. And so when you play an open string and then hit that, it should be exactly the same. And if it's not right, if it's sharp or flat, you move that little saddle forward or back to get, it's called getting the harmonics in, getting the intonation right. And because the tension was released a little bit on the neck, I actually didn't have to move any of them. Which was maybe it's just luck.
Curious.
I don't know.
I'm really curious. I love it.
Yeah, so I'll let you know if
It's
everyone throws shit at us on the weekend and goes, "You guys suck," I'll go back to 440.
I doubt it.
But I'm quietly confident
Thanks,
that
guys. Then come and see Sunday, Ian. And my grid says, let's finish the song. What are we going to sing in 432? What are we singing, Mikey? What are we going to feed our gang?
What do you want to tell the people? Someone's calling now.
Who?
I don't know.
My boss.
Hey, get Katina on the show.
My business partner. No thanks. We're not having her.
That's interesting.
Right, let's sing a song.
No, what do you want to sing? You put me on the spot.
What's the song?
What do you
want to hear?
What's the song?
When I meet them.
So, hey, great. Hey, so cool to see you all on the live chat. Really makes the show.
Killbot's reading. What about?
Thanks, Killbot, because there's always good. You got to have goodies and baddies, and like when you've got a baddie that's that kind of tacky.
Too long.
Reminds me a little bit of Cesar Romero as the Joker on Batman. It's kind of camp, but you got to have it. Interestingly enough, Killbot, is that 4, 3, and 2 equals 9, which is divisible by 3.
And
I was going to talk about Nikola Tesla, who would only ever stay in a hotel room that was the number was divisible by 3, and he was always about 3. And then when I added up 4, 3, and 2, adds up to 9, which is divisible by 3. Interestingly enough, also correlates with the dimensions of the pyramids and all this shit. And I mean, I'm not going to go on.
Let's just go.
But there you go.
Good night.
Just saying.
Well, it's time to go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
I have to go to 432.
Good night,
sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
I think I'm on Happy Days.
Good night, sweetheart.
Well, it's time to go.
It's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but we really must say, good night, sweethearts. Good night. Good night, gang. See you same time
let's go to
next
Alfred's
week.
for a milkshake.
Love you all. See you same time. Same days next week. I feel like we're back on track. We're back.
I was going to give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And love you all.
See you next week, guys. See you at the gigs.
What do I do?
Did you press stop straight? Does the maths
No,
work?
I'm just letting
Pick up the pace.
Collects in Kempton this Saturday.
Looking forward to seeing you there.